Hey there, Selective Collective. This is Kim, here to give you all a message today. Hope you're doing well. I just want to talk a little bit about, just open up and talk about how this solar flare activity increases, or just even just sun activity has increased a lot. It's really because we're in the cycle, solar cycle 25 right now. We started it in December 2019, and it has 11 years. So 2026, say it ends in the end of 2030. 2026 is hitting right at the peak or the heightened time for solar activity. So I say kind of brace yourself for the energy that's being thrown our way this year. I think it's really important for some things that are probably going to happen in 2030. I think this is a preparation and, activations, light codes. It all works together here. Yeah. Okay. A pause. Parsec is coming out. A pause. Yeah, so what is happening now? I get a feeling, and as well as like channel messages that come through when I'm, researching or figuring out more about, hey, what's been happening with the Earth, because looking at climate changes, the poles, and weather has been crazy. You don't have to be into anything technical to see that the weather is freaking crazy here. I'm in Virginia, and the other day it was like 30, it felt like 30 degrees, and it was snowing, big, huge snowflakes. Never seen snowflakes this big. And then the next day it's back to like 70, 80 degrees. It's crazy. So we have a pause, a preparation period. I feel like it's for events that will be very significant to us as a group, as a collective, going into, I'm thinking 2030 is going to be a very, very significant shift for us. But right now, the shifts are mainly all internal activations, purging. You're getting, if your intention is to gain access to a higher frequency, more, carry more awareness in your consciousness, then you want to 5D it, right? Then that's what's going to happen. And so you're going to be dealing with a lot of shifts, changes, purges, and it will be intense. I haven't heard about any huge X-class flares here. I did hear about us being part of a geomagnetic storm right now on Earth, even causing some radio blackouts right now until the 15th, which is tomorrow. But there definitely could be more things, X-class flares coming, altering everything, changing everything for us. I feel it, and I know a lot of you all feel it whenever we talk about what's going on. It's all, we are this whole universe inside ourselves. So you bet that those big things that you see happening with the sun, with the earth, climate, this is occurring within you too. Okay. So it's big. This is interesting. So I'm seeing with these cards out here, them saying the message to 3333, open that portal. That's the portal of gratitude. It is a key to how you attain more things that you can be grateful for. You think of the state of the presence of mind that you're in when you're grateful. Like when you're grateful, when you're thankful, you're speaking to the universe saying, I'd like to feel like this more, So it is important, every little thing, to be grateful for. Know that there are definitely energies present that you're feeling. I'm even getting some. I've seen some kind of on YouTube. I run into every now and then people that I really feel like are working with some pretty dark energy for the purpose of their magic and stuff. So these are heavy energy. There's the fallen. There's you could give it different names, but the name doesn't matter as much as you understanding pretty much what's yours and what's not yours, and what energy is causing a crack or a break. So what is getting through to you that is unhealthy for you? And this is in every different area of your life. So is it the food? Oh my goodness, I was just watching today what and I'm not ever food shaming anybody, by the way. I did get a comment one time. I myself I gave up sugar a long time ago, like 3 years ago, and try not to eat anything processed. You know, I saw chips are my weakness, you know, so I do have something. Try to drink as much water as you can, because definitely these foods, I saw how Pop-Tarts were made today, very disgusting. It made me disgusted, and I was thinking, oh, no wonder we have so many issues and problems, because we are what we eat, you know. So ultraviolet could be the food, could be something that's affecting you, can be somebody else's energy that they're carrying, maybe somebody that you are around. More and more people are going to find that they're in situations that are going to be broken apart, relationships, even marriages that are just not going to they're not going to be able to withstand the shift of, let's say, like, you are on a different vibration at a certain point, somebody else isn't, or somebody is not experiencing these activations and this ascension the way you are. Really important, the intention, right, of the so if you have somebody who's, and it's okay, you know, if you want to, there are people though that are just, they're so headstrong on this is not actually happening, and I'm stuck in my bubble where we have to have war all the time, where it's always survival of the fittest, like that, it's a fear mode. Some people feel comfortable living in that, and that, by the way, is not going to resonate with you. That is not going to feel good to you. Anything with fear base is going to feel like false evidence appearing real. You're going to see through things. This is your ability to see through, to pinpoint, what is this energy that's affecting me negatively? How is it doing it? And how can I either, you know, how can I get away from that energy, if it is possible to move from where you're at? I think a lot of people are going to be guided to move. This is feeling more like a predictions type of selective collective for this coming year, next 3 years to 2030. People are going to be moving, because it's going to be a thing about energy, you know. It's going to be a thing about energy, and when the energy speaks to you and it says, pick up from where you're at and move, you're going to be feeling like, you know what, I'm following intuition, I'm following what the energy is telling you. This also includes a perspective shift, so the internal, it can be an internal shift. That often happens first, right? So sometimes it takes an internal shift for us to recognize exactly what it is that's been making us off. This energy can make you feel ill, you know, being around too much negativity, or somebody that's like, their energy might be very dense way down here, you're vibing high, they want to be equal, like life always wants to be equal, right? So this person's gonna figure out how to suck some energy or some light off of you. If you're both already having a lot of light, then you're helping an equal exchange of energy. That's kind of how you want it, or you'll end up being in situations where for some reason you're being depleted, and it's because of being so high vibe. It's a compliment from the universe, actually. If you find yourself in that type of situation, it's a compliment in a sense. But yeah, so be grateful, be thankful, no matter. When you see that card, it's no matter what the situation is, even if it's something that we look back and we say, well, I had that experience, it taught me something, or I learned something, or that was a lot of suffering. I mean, even suffering, especially suffering, actually, you can look back and it's kind of plays a bittersweet symphony in your mind, and there's a sense of being proud in a sense of getting through whatever suffering you did get through. Once it's a part of only a memory, right? Once it is part of the only a memory, you can still look back at it and there's going to be something good to attach to it always. And that's the thing with the gratitude, is that always, no matter what, there's going to be something good that you can get from experience, where you can pull from, even if it's just, wow, I made it through that and I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, so pause. Okay, this is talking about an actual pause, the parsec, the distance between this thing and that thing. The distance between, yeah, so other than moving, people are going to find they're going to want to go where the energy is leading them, where they feel more comfortable. I feel like more people are going to be wanting to go towards nature instead of cities, even though I personally love people. The crowds do exhaust me energetically, but like I love the feeling. But I don't think people are going to want to stay in that type of setting for the majority. Not everybody, right? But for a majority of people, you're going to find that they're going to want to move out where it's healing, where nature is there, where God's divine order is always apparent. You know, when you're standing among the trees, nothing judging you, the wind just talking to you sweetly. Yeah, you just get to enjoy yourself. I think that's where people are going to want to go, where the energy just lets them relax and enjoy themselves. That's the goal. You know, heaven on earth is the goal. This is what we're supposed to be creating here. We're bringing it down. Right now, I just think people are going through the huge shifts internally that happen ultimately before big shifts externally. That energy. So we have that energy here with the ultraviolet, which is the unseen energy that affects us, right? In a not so good way. This is the energy that's coming to support you. It is a lot bigger. I don't know if you noticed that, but it is a lot bigger. This is the energy that's here to support you and activate you. Of course, when you see this, you think of DNA activations. You think of things that they may be considered junk DNA being turned on, activated. It's going to be amazing what people are able to do with their energy. I'm already amazed at what some people are able to do with their energy. I have a few clients that have sent me healing through Reiki, and are just absolutely magnificent healers. So what are you going to do with this energy? I don't know. I'm excited to see what people are going to do. These activations turn on all kinds of things, like coats. How do you live longer? How do I drop the belief of aging, in the sense that we've all come to just accept, and then we have made believe, you know, we have made something make believe, basically. We've made it to be true. So these things can be changed, these activations. You may have spontaneous Kundalini activations. I hope you're all right. If that happens, I have been through something very similar, but I kind of knew that it was going on. So, and I kind of knew what triggered it. So, different clairs, different abilities. You do have your constellation coming out. No, I don't know if that's a real constellation. I'm sorry. I don't know that. I need to look this up. I need to plug it in. If you can look at this and tell me, please do. Because I had somebody question that, and I wish I did. I wish I knew. I don't know. So I have to maybe do a search if I can figure it out. But the constellation is talking about your map of, you know, the universe guiding you. It can be talking about significant soul ties and connections, people that are here listening to me right now, that we are in a soul group together. We're agreed to experience certain things together, to be a support, lean on one another, especially with good, loving words, kind energy exchange. So what's interesting is it's underneath. Yeah, because it started off saying it's the map, right? It's the map, because I know it's guided old ships, you know, across the world to their destination. But it says rotation and revolution up top, which is a card that means move from here. And then they're showing you like a map or somewhere where you're going to be going. Okay. Divine DNA blueprint, 12-strand DNA, is what I think about when I see these energy activations, as well as all of the clairs. Clairsentient, clear feeling, which I have noticed a lot of you all are either claircognizant or clairsentient for sure. I think everyone has these telepathic abilities to some degree. Some of you all have talked about clairgustance, clear tasting, clairaudience, clear hearing. That's a lot. Are you gonna get that? Okay. I guess I'm gonna. Okay. That might explain this. Okay, so what was the other one? Clairaudience, clear smelling. Could be turning on of any of those. Cognizant, I think most of you all have, and clairsentient is very in alignment with like being empathic and feeling in others' emotions. Optical doubles is here on the bottom. This would be a card that comes in as, I kind of look at this card as judgment or enlightenment, like a wake-up call when Spirit is saying, hey, what is around you right now is not actually in alignment with you. Like you feel like it is, and it may appear like two stars are close together, but they're actually very far apart. They're not on the same trajectory, not on the same path. So it's trying to tell you about that. It's trying to wake you up or alert you to something. It's obviously something that falls into this ultraviolet, like it's been affecting your energy. And the star. Grateful. Be grateful because you are the lucky one, right? The lucky one, or the one that is magical. You're the star. So you shine with your own light. That's what the star does. And in the tarot, this is a very good card to get. Number 17, Aquarius energy. It's about hope. Really, it's about hope and knowing that there's also a physical manifestation tied to whatever experience that you are thankful already for. So you're assuming, law of assumption, assuming it's already happened, what else I want to be grateful for, assuming that it has happened, being grateful for it, and then just knowing that you have this lucky energy that's supporting you. Like you are the star. You are the star. So they're saying with the light curve that and the parsec that there's this pause here before we get into a new flow. And then you can expect changes. So the light curve is there's ups and there's downs. There's peaks and there's valleys, right? And we all go through them. So if you feel, like, gosh, I've been on this. If you feel like you've been on a downturn in any area, like love, money, whatever it is, if you feel like you've been down, then know that you're in the valley and you will soon be on the peak. Okay, and this is just the space in between. But that space in between is so important to fill with gratitude, with love, just all encompassing. Let it all encompass you. Love for everything, reverence for all. This is your service, is to shine for others, okay, and be extremely grateful. It will help you with what that end goal or that change is going to be for. I saw this entropy. Oh man, I don't know. I get a feeling like they're warning us about a storm that's coming. They're warning us about some sort of dysfunction, something that it might be apparent entropy, because sometimes governments do that. Or sometimes it's not just governments, but sometimes you can be led to some sort of dysfunction or this is the system not working. You know what I mean? It's the system not working. I always say apparent entropy, though, because I believe and I feel with my heart and soul that there is always a divine plan, even when things don't look like they're connected, or even when this could even be about being fooled or bamboozled into some sort of dysfunction. So just be wary as a society if somebody's trying to lead you into feeling like it's a complete mess. Know that there is a divine plan. And so I'm feeling like part of the matrix, or some of these people in power will want entropy. They will want that so that they can replace or think that they find the solution for you, right? They'll cause the problem and then give you the solution. It's just typical. All right, so you're creating, though. See, I just think everything's in order for you. The matter is it is what you're longing to create or manifest for yourself. It is saying that it will be made real. Entropy, I believe, is the warning here. I believe is the warning. Could even be talking about finance, economy, things like that. The breaking down of systems. Ultimately, something does have to take its place. So, what else can you give us for spiritual wise? I have the Instagram platform. I don't know if it's necessarily just meaning the social media. I think it's meaning to, right now would be a good time to document for yourself. Document for yourself. Keep some pictures, give some videos, do something that helps you document changes that you're going through. Definitely. Star attunements for high spiritual healing, activation, ascension, and life missions. This feels like a soul group that you're part of here that is moving into a different phase of the mission, and something has been activated, and therefore that might be why some people are feeling like, okay, I gotta get moving, or I gotta go somewhere, maybe not even knowing where, but just get that feeling like there's something else, something next coming up with what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to be. Optical doubles. You're definitely being guided here through says a flood of mental emotion, ascension number 2. So, and it says water with it. So of course, water extremely important for you to drink all day long. Drink it all day long. It is a conduit too, and it we are mainly made of water, remember. So energetically, you're going to be tip top if you keep your water supply good. But this is where I'm going to say it can be a little overwhelming, okay? Because not only are you picking up on people who have been activated and have gained energy in their spiritual gifts and abilities, but not all of these people are wanting to ascend or are wanting to vibe high, but they're still getting a booster. So you're getting energies that might be completely opposite to you, or opposite to like they might be people that are ruminating over really terrible things like all the time because of whatever frequency they stay in mainly, and you're picking up on that. Okay, so you're obviously picking up on that. You're picking up on people worrying about dysfunction, even if it's manufactured, knowing like a fear of knowing that something might be coming. You're picking up on all of this energy right now. Yeah, you just have to, just realizing that everybody's getting the energy, and you can't, free will, you can't tell somebody here, let's try to think positive or be grateful right now when it's very, and I see other TV comments, TV, why I say TV, YouTube, YouTube, comments of where it could be easy to stick into a bitter storyline, but if you can pull yourself away from that, that would be terrific for you and for what you're trying to manifest. Okay, so angel numbers, sequences of numbers that carry divine guidance. 2 and 3333 are what is out here for you. I did see life path number 8 come out. So I think right now might be a focus here on finances, and this Saturn is related to this life path. Says the financier. So there may be a focus on money, and might also be talking about the focus being that this year things are going to shift and change drastically when it comes to money, timelines, and Saturn and control. As people are opening up to find out more ways and different ways of making money, different ways that are not conventionally fit in, because the conventionally fit in way of doing things simply isn't working anymore. You have all these social media things coming out, Facebook platforms, spiritual posts and activities. You are like a spiritual teacher or a lighthouse to many people at this time. That's all you need to do is shine your light. So something about your vibration, your frequency is like providing rescue to others. So that's great. And even if you're not like life path number 8, I think this is talking about the significance of it in our lives. Something's going to help us be able to manifest what we want. You have a very significant date. Wow. Okay. Well, I've got to get more on that. They're saying it's time within 1 to 3 months. And they have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini here. Literally right around the corner, like April, May, and June is what's being said. And it says it's time. It is time for action. Things are fast-tracked, ready to unfold quickly and smoothly. So I want to take a look at what that is. Like what is changing to the point that they want to give us a timeline on this. Maybe energy activations that are just very significant right now. I said we're in the peak of solar cycle 25. So yeah, we're at the peak of it. So it's expected to be big. Spilt milk is about don't sweat the small stuff. You know what they say, don't cry over spilt milk. Something that cannot be changed, they're saying. Something that cannot be changed is meant to be left in the past. And usually I can kind of relate that to the entropy card of something's not working, then we're just going to have to build something different or something in its place, right? So something's going to be just that. It's going to be cleanup time or time to let it go what was. Wow. For some of y'all, it is a marriage. Could be one going out, one coming in, or a marriage coming together. Divine counterparts, finding one another. Yeah, that's beautiful. The stars and that constellation here too. This means it's fated for you. It is destined for you. So the stars are lining up for something that is fated and destined, and it does have to do with the marriage card or a very strong commitment coming into your life. The tree is very similar to this ultraviolet because something is pulling on the nutrients for this tree's roots, and so it can be tapped dry. So you have to watch out with whatever it is that may be pulling on your energy or be causing that, like ultraviolet. It can be unhealthy. It's like being drained of energy or tapped out. In the mountain, the mountain card is talking about an obstacle or problem, but I always think faith moves mountains. That's all it takes. So it's something that you are to overcome. Maybe that's the timing of when you overcome this. Wow, you're going to be stepping into a completely new you. Almost like a new body activations. Maybe it's a completely new you, a new identity. Tell me about the mountain, please. Also, people could be guided to mountains, though. Guided towards mountains or, like I said, places that are in nature more. So the sun guiding you. The sun, we were talking about opening this reading. So it is definitely here helping you. Changes. The gifts. I see that as the gifts of the light codes from the sun, from our spirit team, from the divine, activating our spiritual gifts and our abilities. But you can view it as this is a big gift from the divine for you. Tell me more about 1 to 3 months, please. Oh, your new manifestation, the child. The child is your new manifestation. And I did pick up on something, ending something, beginning. I have the coffin card, which means the ending or closure, ending of a situation. This is generally like a metaphor for your new manifestation, the child. Another child. I don't know. There's 2 children here. Or it can mean a real child. For some of you all, it can be news of a pregnancy or a birth. But we have significant manifestations. We have one going out that was draining and a new one coming in. When it comes to matters of the heart, this is something that's going to resonate with your heart space, what's coming. So the ending of something, the coming of a new thing, definitely strong power, opening your heart chakra with the emerald. Yeah, big change, right? 15. strategy here for the material realm. Thunderstorm says power, destruction, a warning, energy shift, triumph over evil, opportunity to overcome. And this is ultimately the portal to the 5D is your heart, or your heart chakra in your heart center. So emerald, healing, fertility, eternity, soul restoration, mature love, and a heart chakra. So a big experience here. Maybe the tarot wants to give me something. Judgment, yeah. I was feeling that, and the energy of judgment. So I am working on private readings today, and thank you all for the support with those. If you need one, they are pre-recorded videos, and I provide you a private link, and you just put in the checkout section what you'd like to know from the reading, or you would like me to ask from the reading. And thank you for being here with me. Oh, this sad situation. That's good. This is what we have to overcome. This is past, though. 3 of Swords. It's the past situation, past hurt, times when we have been betrayed. But we have clarity. We have the intellectual gift here with the Ace of Swords. This is your sword of victory. You know, it secures a victory for you. So Ace of Swords, the victory. And also the Page of Pentacles is, in this deck, it's more so about person getting news or message that they have acquired a little bit of money here. And so like what to do with it is the main, wow, put it towards a new chapter perhaps, or travel the world, something wrapping up and something beginning. It is a gift. It is a gift, a financial blessing. 2 aces. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, financial blessing, a gift. It's a new pathway, and this maybe even a new way to invest, or some kind of new investment of yours that ends up paying off. Yeah, either way, so this pathway is going to lead to a lot of stability and financial success. So that really might be your focus. And then we'll be transmuting this energy of the 3 of Swords. All right, that's what I have for you all. I'm sending you love and light. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.